All right, everybody, welcome to everybody's favorite show about plastic surgery, health, and beauty. This is Nip Talk. On today's episode, first off, Kylie Jenner goes into detail about her breast augmentation and the internet goes crazy. We're going to discuss all the details. And then, the best skincare product for men? Maybe. We're going to talk about it. And then finally, Elon and Trump, the biggest breakup in history, and we're going to break it all down. It's all coming up right now.
Live from Lincoln Center in the heart of the Dallas Metroplex, this is Nip Talk. An honest and uncensored show about plastic surgery, health, beauty, and lifestyle with your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann, and your co-host, entrepreneur and social media influencer Sarah Bennett. Now it's time to discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of the topics everyone is talking about. It's time for Nip Talk.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. I'm your host, plastic surgeon Dr. Bruce Hermann. With me is Sarah. As always, hello, Sarah.
How's it going?
It's been a crazy day.
Yeah.
We're starting
both
late.
30 minutes late.
I know, because the traffic was terrible today.
You can't see it.
Yeah,
but it's there.
It's bad, I promise. Travis, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I was on time for everybody, so it's
I know,
okay.
Trey.
Just
we're
for
making
your
you wait. I feel bad about
FYI.
that, man. I'm sorry.
God.
It's okay. It is okay.
Hey, I brought you a gift, Trey. We're going to talk about it in the second segment.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Are you excited?
I am. I am. It's a very nice box to come in.
It is. It's pretty boxed. It's almost a shame.
Are you going to
throw
keep
away.
it with your Apple box?
With my Apple box?
Your iPhone box.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, do you keep iPhone boxes?
I do. For
That's like
whatever
a
I do
reason.
too. I have like a whole
It's like,
drawer for
it's
it.
like
Yeah,
whenever
I
you
do.
open it and you put the lid back on, you're like, nice box.
I know.
I'd be so proud of
I
it.
like a nice box. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, if
Thanks.
you get like something that comes in a nice box, you're like, okay, they went the extra mile to make the box. I probably killed like 100 trees to make it.
It's a thick box.
Yeah, it's a
It
nice
is.
box.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into some segments since I was running behind. Apologies, guys. Kylie Jenner. You like Kylie Jenner?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everyone likes Kylie Jenner. So she broke the internet, I think it was yesterday or the day before. So Kylie Jenner, the 27-year-old TV star and social media icon, opened up about her breast implant, breast augmentation surgery, and went into some detail. And of course, the internet just goes bonkers. And now there's all these articles, where plastic surgeons are breaking down like what she had. And so obviously we're going to do that. But there's something really interesting. And this segment may be different than some of the other ones you might see out there, because I noticed something very strange in what she posted.
What?
And we're going to talk about it. So there's a British YouTuber named Rachel Leary who did a public call out about Kylie Jenner's boob job specifics, and very awesomely, Kylie Jenner responded in a comment. So throw a comment up there, Trey. Yeah, so she went into 445 cc's, moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone, Garth Fisher, who's a surgeon. Hope this helps. And so, yeah, if you get on the internet now, there's like a bazillion posts about this. And so, yeah, I thought I'd break it down because I am a specialist in breast augmentation and breast revision surgery, so I can actually talk all about it. All right, and I do think it's cool that she did that. I mean,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are very secretive and they don't want to talk about it, but she actually went into detail, which I think is, more information out there, the better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so 445 cc's. Okay, so that's pretty big for an implant, but not crazy at all. In my practice, the average implants I use are like 250 to 400, but I do bigger ones. I mean, we've talked about this a million times on the show. There are downsides to going really big, and so when patients want to go really big, I try to reel them in a little bit, because one of the things I do a lot of is revision implant surgery, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of women who get big implants, and then 5 years down the road, they're coming back to either take them out completely or downsize. And so, if you make a smart decision up front, then less chance you have to come back surgery.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so 445, that's roughly going to make you go up about 2.25, 2.5 cup size, more or less. I mean, I like to say the estimate about 200 cc's is like a cup size roughly. So anyway, pretty good size implant. All right, now here comes the weird part. All right, moderate profile. Now, if that's accurate, that's weird, and let me tell you why. So profile basically means for a given breast implant volume, how wide is it? So if you have, say, a 400 cc implant that's high profile, it's going to be pretty narrow. Am I pointing at the right camera? Yeah. It's going to be pretty narrow and have a lot of volume. And then if you have like a moderate plus profile, it's going to be a little wider, same volume, a little wider, but a little bit flatter. Moderate profile is very flat. There's low profile, which no one ever uses, moderate plus, high profile, and then there's ultra high profile. And I would say 90% of the surgeries I do are high profile. Occasionally I'll use ultra high profile, and occasionally I'll use moderate plus. And picking the profile purely is based on the patient's dimensions and how much implant you're going to use.
So whenever you say profile, it's like
think about like a profile
the width around, like so.
Yeah, kind of. So the profile just means like, what's the shape of it? Is it more like this? Is it more like that? Or is it more like a pancake?
But is the pancake the pancake is going on top of your
breast, yeah,
chest,
correct.
like that?
Yes.
It's not going like that.
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, it's flat on your chest.
So maybe she wanted more of that like under boob
really
situation.
Wide breast. So that's a good
like
question.
having that like side cleavage and all of that. Because they wear a lot of wear a lot of low cut dresses, and they like that.
Yeah.
That curve,
so
stuff
I think
there.
there's two explanations to this. One is the explanation that you just said. She wanted to have a very wide breast.
Yeah.
And in order to get a very wide breast, you would use a wider breast implant. Now, most people would not want that. There's definitely downsides to that. The other, which I think is probably the more likely explanation, I don't think this was her initial augmentation. I think she's had breast surgery prior. And so what I found many times when I do revision breast surgery is that either through the surgeon technique not being great, or maybe it being a huge implant, the pocket gets bigger than you want it to be. And when you're placing implants, you do not want to put an implant that's, say, this big in a pocket that's that big. Because then you get this almost like ping pong ball in a sock look. You want the implant to fit the pocket. And so what may have happened is this may have been a revision surgery, and she may have said something like, hey, my implants fall into my armpits because the pocket's too big. And you can do a surgery to decrease the pocket, but it kind of sucks. It's a pretty big surgery. I do them pretty commonly because I get a lot of revision work, meaning people have problems and they come to me. But one solution is just to use a wider implant. It's a little bit flatter, so you don't get the oomph out, but it'll look better because it fits the pocket. And so I think probably, I don't know obviously why they chose this. It's just weird. If it was moderate plus, I'd be like, maybe she's just a moderate plus kind of gal, but she's pretty narrow. Normally if I'm using moderate plus, it's because a patient has a really wide chest.
Yeah.
And again, you want the implant to fit the pocket, and so the pocket's going to be bigger on somebody who's got a very broad chest. Well, she's not broad chest at all. Like, she's skinny, she's narrow. And so that is definitely weird if it is truly moderate. Maybe it's moderate plus, and she just said moderate because she's not that familiar. But that was a weird thing. I saw that. I was like, whoa, that's not normal at all. Which, we're does it really matter?
Can't call her up.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her. Hey, come on the show. Tell us about your implants. So I thought that was really unusual. It definitely is interesting that was the implant that they chose. That guy, Garth Fisher, that guy's a legit dude. I think he's out in LA or Beverly Hills. I've heard his name a time or two. Yeah. And he is a board certified plastic surgeon, so he obviously knows what he's doing. So I don't think he just threw the wrong thing in there at all. But yeah, that was interesting. And throw up the picture tray of her, because she does have really wide breasts. For her frame, her breasts are almost like smashed together in the center. It's like they're almost like encroaching on each other, and then her breast sticks out, to the side. And for me, honestly, obviously she can do whatever she wants. To me, for her frame, her breasts are they're a little on the large side. Yeah. She doesn't look proportionate to me. Obviously, that's not her natural.
I'm like, have you seen her butt? It matches her butt.
Yeah, and maybe she was shooting for that. Almost in that picture, it looks like the right one's sitting a little high, but it's probably just the way that she's sitting.
Yeah, I think she's just sitting like that.
But anyway, I did think that the profile choice was notable and unusual. And I'm going to come back to why we're going to talk about it. And then she said half under the muscle. Okay, so that's just standard submuscular, more likely a biplanar dissection. Like that's the standard these days. We've talked about that in the past. Like there is this kind of new push to put implants on top of the muscle. In fact, I was just like going back and forth with the plastic surgeon on Instagram about this yesterday. I don't really believe in that. Like the reason that some surgeons will push the above the muscle subglandular, subfascial placement is they say, one, the breast won't move, there's no animation deformity. My kind of counter to that is if the augmentation is done correctly, there should be minimal to no animation deformity, even if you put it below the muscle. And the other is they'll talk about the recovery. Well, the recovery is easy no matter what. But there are research papers out there that show that overall complication rates are lower if they're submuscular. Plus, just having more tissue over the implant's always a good plan.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is not everyone's a candidate to put above the muscle, because if you have really small breasts, you definitely don't want the implant like right up to the skin.
Yeah. So like what if you were asked to do implants for like a bodybuilder girl?
I mean,
do they have to have theirs above the muscle because their muscles are like
no, they don't
huge.
have to. Absolutely not. No, they
but
don't.
Would that affect their?
I mean, if somebody was like a truly like bodybuilder, I mean, yeah, you might consider. The problem with the bodybuilders, they're going to have very low body fat and they're going to have not a lot of breast tissue, and they're probably not going to be candidates to put above the muscle anyway.
Okay.
Because there's a thing called a pinch test where you determine how much breast tissue there is, and there has to be enough volume of breast tissue to safely cover the implant. Bodybuilders generally are very fit.
Yeah.
And I've done implants on people who work out like crazy and never had a problem.
Yeah.
And I do mine I do the biplanar submuscular. She mentioned silicone. Okay, that's also standard. It would have been interesting if she knew a little bit more about the silicone, because now you have like the soft gels and then you have the more cohesive gels, and those all.
I'm sure she got the most expensive one.
They're all the same. What's interesting is the cost is like all the same.
Oh, nice.
Whether you get a very tiny soft gel or the largest cohesive gel, same cost. At least in the brand that I use. And then the surgeon name, which we already talked about, yeah. So like things to know about this, right? Because now what's happening is everybody's like, oh, I want 445, moderate profile silicone implants so I can look like her. Well, it doesn't work like that. What an implant looks like on one person and what it looks like on another could be absolutely different.
Yeah.
Right? Because it just depends on what you have. I mean, if you have two identical twins who are identical body weight, then yeah, maybe you're going to get the same look. But outside of that, no. I mean, you want the implant that's going to be best for you. And so kind of the take home for this is that, when you're picking an implant, you just have to really have a discussion with your surgeon and make sure that they are willing to have that lengthy discussion with you about what does it mean if you do this? What does it mean if you do that? Meaning, there's a lot of different variables when you're picking an implant, size, profile, the gel, the shape, and you want to get the one that's right for you and not be like, oh, my friend had this and that's what I want.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you say my friend has this result and you show me a picture, I'm like, okay, we can recreate that.
Yeah, that's a better way, I think.
Yeah, definitely that. And I like when people bring in pictures. I mean, it just helps you kind of like nail down exactly what's going to look best. So, but yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Of course, obviously when I saw it, I was like, oh, we're going to have to talk about Kylie.
You need to be reminded that you need to talk about Kris Jenner's face, her mom.
Oh, okay. Text me. I remember we talked about it and I've already forgotten.
She has like really good, like had some work done on her face,
Oh, okay.
and she looks so
Does she really?
good. Yeah. The before and after pictures, like she's always had work done on her face.
I'll take a look at it.
But,
Yeah, I'll take a look. The only thing I'd say about Kylie is, with the size that she has, I mean, I think she's definitely at risk for, she may end up getting a revision surgery, in the next 10 years. Which again, then it goes into how long do the implants last? Well, these new implants could last 20 or 30 years, right? So, by going that big, I mean, she's definitely putting herself at risk that, hey, I might have to have another surgery sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's recap this one, Trey. Today we're talking about Kylie Jenner broke the internet yesterday when she went into a lot of detail about her breast augmentation surgery because somebody asked her on social media and she answered. And she said that she had 445 cc moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone gel implants put in by Dr. Fisher. Was it Fisher? Yeah, Garth Fisher. And everyone was talking about this and what does it mean? Well, I'll give you the breakdown. 445 is a good size implant. It's pretty big, but not crazy. What was really unusual was the fact that she said moderate profile, because that is a very flat implant. And I will tell you, the overwhelming majority of women when get augmentations get a higher profile implant because that gives the look that they want. And it's kind of different that she got a moderate profile, and we were talking about how it's either because she either wants to have a very wide breast to get that side boob, or probably more likely this was a revision surgery and she needed that implant to fit the pocket that she already had. That's something that comes up when you do a lot of revision surgery. But outside that, she has a nice result. They are kind of big for her. I was mentioning that because they are so large that she very well may have to have revision surgery in the kind of sooner time frame versus the latter, but I guess we'll see. So cool stuff.
Very cool.
All right, let's move on to me and Trey are going to try what is being claimed to be the best skincare product for men. Got the little box right here. Trey, are you in this with me, buddy?
I am.
Are you really gonna try it?
I am. I'll try. I already took mine out the box though. I don't like. I hate like stuff like wrapped in plastic. So because I just hate the noise of it. So I took mine out the box.
What does it look like?
Oh, it's like a cylinder, like a tube.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So that's it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was out of the frame because I was leaning over looking. Okay. Cool.
He's like,
cool.
I already put it on my face.
Yeah. He's already tried.
You know what? I thought about it,
Well,
but
Trey,
then I was like, nah, I ain't got no water.
Trey, I'm gonna give you the full breakdown of what we're doing here. All right.
Okay.
Because,
go ahead.
I have a lot of skincare experts, in my office and people that work for me, and they said they've been telling me, you need to try this product. You need to try this product. And so the company Skin Better Science, so the product is Skin Better Science Solo Hydrating Defense for Men. It is an all-in-one treatment tray,
Okay.
which is important to me because I know a lot of women have this very elaborate skincare routine. Do you, or is yours more simple?
Mine's pretty simple.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's great. I think that it can be simple. I mean, I don't know about you, Trey, but I am not going to do some 12-step skincare. I mean, I'll just get skin cancer. You know what?
I think mine's 4.
Yours is 4? Okay.
12 step is crazy. 4 steps is almost crazy.
Yeah, 4 steps. I'm like, yeah, I'll probably just look old. So first off, Skin Better Science is one of the most trusted and talked about skincare lines out there. It is considered a luxury brand, and you're going to believe that when I tell you what this stuff costs. Skin Better Science does 100 million sales annually, which is pretty good. They recently were bought by L'Oreal in 2022, so these people are legit. So Trey, do you have a skincare routine now?
The soap and water count.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay. So no, I do kind of. Okay, so this is it though. I have soap, water, and then I use like a what do you call it? A
moisturizer?
Not a moisturizer. It's like a face cream.
Oh, you do have a face cream.
It's like a Palmer's
aftershave.
It's like cocoa butter. That's what it is.
Oh, cocoa butter.
Yeah,
okay.
It's cocoa butter.
Okay, so this would replace that.
Okay.
And Sarah, you said you have how many steps is yours? 3,
I
4?
cleanse. I have a face cleanser.
Yeah.
Hyaluronic acid,
Okay.
retinol, and then moisturizer.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so Trey, for this one, very simple, which is the only way you're going to get men to do anything. Is if it's simple. Because I know that I would not use it if there was all these steps.
Thanks.
So once a day, you put a thin layer on your face and neck.
Okay.
After, if you shave, you don't shave a whole lot, right? 'Cause you got the little goatee. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I don't.
Okay. All right. So I'll do it after I shave. So you just do it whenever. But you want your skin to be clean. So when you get out of the shower, you just do a little thin layer on your skin and your neck, and that's it. That's all there's to it.
Yeah, that's doable.
It takes like 30 seconds, right?
I'm excited now.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we need to take pictures too, by the way. I haven't taken
Okay.
Yeah, see, I mean, because people say that this product really works. And so, the benefits that they state are combining hydration, antioxidant protection, and anti-aging properties. It also reduces the skin surface sebum levels, so that's the oil.
Okay.
So it results in less oily looking skin, which also can affect like breakouts.
Yeah.
And it gives a fast, visible improvement in the appearance of pores, skin tone, texture, and redness. This is what the company's claiming. But I will tell you that there's research data behind this specific product.
Okay.
There was a research paper done. It didn't have like 1,000 people in it. I think it had a few dozen. And 96% of the users saw improved skin tone and smoothness after just 4 weeks of use.
Oh, wow.
And I think this is a 3-month supply, Trey. So I guess maybe let's do 4 weeks and see where we're at. You want to do that?
Okay, 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
So this is 3 months supply.
Allegedly.
Okay, gotcha.
Allegedly.
Okay,
yeah.
for sure.
So the active ingredients in this one, if anyone's interested, are Apatia fiscus indica extract, which is for hydrating, Nymphone cerulean flower for decreased oil and increased skin appearance. Aminopropyl ascorbic phosphate for antioxidant. Tocopherol. We've talked about tocopherol.
You sound like you're like Harry Potter right now.
Like I'm about to cast a spell and
Yeah.
start levitating. I know, right?
The spell is gonna turn us 25.
I know it's gonna turn us younger, right?
Yeah.
Tocopherol. I know we talked about that. That's a vitamin E, which conditions protect skin. Ectoin and hydroxectoin skin defense.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Okay. That's the most manly answer. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
It sounds like
sounds good.
science, right? We're gonna science our faces. Sarah's looking at me like I'm like crazy. Have you
think
looked
it'll
at
be
the contents of yours? I've been some of the similar stuff.
I'm sure. No, I haven't ever.
And
I mean,
also-
I've looked at it, but I'm like, I just looked to see like what percentage of like hyaluronic acid is in it.
Okay,
or, like,
okay, yeah,
retinol.
cool, yeah. And also, Trey, just so you know, this is like cruelty-free, animal-free.
No animals in that product.
I don't think they tested on animals.
Right.
I don't know what that means even. But all of the frees that you're looking for to
Okay.
feel okay about yourself for using the product,
Okay.
it has them all.
Understood.
All the frees.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, no one was
Nothing.
hurt in making this
No
product.
living
Now,
thing.
and this did get an award, Best Anti-Aging Product for Men
Ooh.
by Men's Health Magazine.
I like it.
So, I mean, okay, the cost.
Yeah.
Sarah, what do you
please.
think this cost? Did you hear what I was telling?
No.
Would just guess.
150.
Oh, you're really close. It was 175.
Okay.
175?
Yeah,
That's
175.
crazy work.
Yeah. So don't, and Trey, I got this through my company, so don't worry about
Okay,
it.
for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I was
Don't
like-
feel like you owe me one or
You're
anything
like,
here,
I
buddy.
opened it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God,
no, this
no.
one's on the house, buddy. This one's on the house.
I will give you 3 free shows.
That's good. Good one.
Golly.
So anyway, I will tell you, guys and ladies, that I don't, and my office hates when I say this, I do not have a good skin routine.
Yeah.
I wash my face. That's my
That's
skin
it.
routine. That's it. I don't even use aftershave.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm just a simple kind of dude, right? And me getting ready is like a 5-minute process.
Mm-hmm.
Jump in the shower, do like this with my hair, and that's it. And I actually shave in the shower because I like to save time, And then I jump out and I go, and I don't use aftershave. And my skin, I think my skin's pretty good. I do think that using the lasers and stuff helps.
Yeah.
So maybe that's helping me out. But I am all in on trying this product because my office has been hounding me for a long time to try it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it, Trey. You and I.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I will take a picture tonight, and then
Yeah,
we
dude,
will
yeah.
monitor it for the week.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll get a report next week on how you. Maybe we're gonna feel better. Maybe it's gonna change our lives, dude. I don't
God.
know. We may be
What
like.
if you get a compliment on your face?
Dude, that would be so awesome.
Yeah,
Well, I
that'd be
will
crazy.
tell you, I have.
What a weird thing to say
this
to
is,
somebody.
This is like no lie here. Like after I get my lasers and stuff, people do compliment how my skin looks, and I'm always like, yeah, I don't use anything. And what I mean, but the laser.
Except for laser.
Except for laser beams on my face. Give me that laser.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, but I'm excited about this. This is
I am
new for
too.
me. I'm gonna have to remind myself to remember to use it every morning. I'm gonna text you, Trey, 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Using your cream.
Facts. All right, I
All
got
right,
you.
cool.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
remember.
All right, let's just roll in the next one. I don't think we're gonna recap that. You're just gonna have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, facts.
Okay. Do you guys know about the big beef that went down yesterday?
Yeah, the cat fight.
Oh yeah, biggest breakup in history. Elon and Trump
Ding ding.
going at it, man. I was like, holy crap, these
How
guys.
cute.
These guys are seriously going at each other. All right, so I'm going to assume that some of our listeners do not know what's going on. You guys probably know. Did you guys follow the TIFF in real time?
Yes.
You guys did? I did too.
Yes.
I was like, what's going on here, man? This is some crazy stuff. So I'm going to assume that a lot of people don't know what's going on. So what's happening? So I guess you got to know the background. So Elon Musk, richest man in the world, owner of Tesla, SpaceX, threw his support to Trump in the last election. And in my opinion, and I want to ask you guys what you think about this, and this is like a non-political show, but we're just talking about the election. I do believe that Elon was instrumental in Trump winning. Sarah? Or not really a factor? What do you think?
I'm sure he was, but
You think he was? What do you think, Trey?
I think so. I think his influence made a difference.
I do too. I really do believe that. And they had this really kind of weird bromance going on. Like to me, it was like a little bit too much. Like I mean, I like Elon. Between the two, I prefer Elon. But it was just kind of weird. In fact, Elon made a tweet or an X post, however you say them these days, a couple months ago, and said Elon loves Trump as much as like a non-gay man can love another man or something.
Last week.
Wait, was it last week?
You said that. I thought that's what you said.
No, it was
when
like
did he make
it was like a
that?
couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like last week. No. And I'm like, okay, Elon, all right, okay,
Cool,
buddy.
cool.
I mean, I know they've been hanging out a lot, and like, you know, like Elon's kid was putting his boogers on the Oval Office desk and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool, like they like each other. I mean, and then so Elon became the head of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and he was trying to cut government waste and help with the deficit, which I was like, cool, good. Our government does spend a lot of money. And I kind of think that it was harder. I mean, obviously trying to fix the government is like an impossible project, but I think it was even harder than Elon Musk thought it would be. And so Elon recommended all these things, right, to like, you know, cut. Well, I don't think that a lot of it happened. And I think he kind of got disillusioned and he stepped back from.
But also, besides that, his company started losing money. Because people started like hating him.
Right. And honestly, like my opinion on that is like.
His stock went down.
Yeah,
Tesla
but like, dude,
stock.
I mean, Elon's the richest person on the planet. Like he could lose 50 billion and he's still the richest guy on the planet. Like he'd have to lose like $100 billion.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like Elon's one of those people who like just doesn't care, you know. But I'm sure he was getting pressure because like Tesla stockholders were probably like, dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think honestly, like fixing the government is probably just not possible. Like you'd almost have to break it to fix it, as far as like the spending and the deficit and all that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Elon kind of steps back a little bit. Well, then Trump comes out with the big, beautiful bill. Where does Trump come up with a name for these things?
I don't know.
Big, beautiful bill.
It sounds exactly like him, though.
I know, right? It's so Trump. Big, beautiful bill.
It's beautiful.
So the big, beautiful bill increases the debt limit by $4 trillion. Our current national debt's $37 trillion with a T. And Elon didn't like the bill, right?
Yeah, because
I do think that Elon,
because of the EV thing.
I don't think he really cares about that, honestly, because the amount that I looked into that, the amount that Tesla gets comparatively is pretty small.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a few billion, but I mean, Tesla's like $1 trillion company or something. So Elon jumps out there and says, a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but not both. And he was really vocal about it.
Yeah,
you know?
I saw that interview.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was all over that. So Trump like starts to like push back on Elon, and he said that he was really disappointed in him. And then Elon fires back, you know, what ingratitude, and then says Trump would have lost the election if not for me, which I that may be true. I don't know. Like
Elon has some daddy issues, so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think he's like what? Like he's just mad that Trump is not listening
Yeah,
to him?
what would you do if you had I mean, Donald Trump is old. And like they had this like, you know, relationship of like, you know, Donald Trump was like, look at him. You know, like this is my guy.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, did Elon's father ever act like that? I've heard Elon's father is like horrible.
Really?
Like a POS.
I know his mom and him are pretty close. I don't know about. I think his dad's dead, right?
I don't know.
I'm not
I've seen an interview
Trey,
with his
Elon's
dad.
dead. Elon's dad, is he alive?
I feel like I've heard what Sarah is like describing.
That
I
he's like
don't
a
know
bad
if
dude.
he's still alive.
He's a
or
You
not.
never
bad
hear about
guy.
him. You always hear about his wife, his
Mother.
mom, May. Yeah, May Musk.
I'm sure it has something like, it's like your father figure was like, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah. Oh,
then
I
he's
see what you're
like-
saying. I get it.
And then he's like, well, you know.
Right.
He's like, turns into
Well,
like
yeah.
a little teenager again.
So, dude, it started snowballing. So, you know, Elon basically said, you wouldn't have won the election without me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump got really kind of upset about that and then threatened to terminate Elon's government contracts. And Elon said, that's fine, we'll dismantle the Dragon program. So Dragon is the program that takes all of Americans' astronauts into space.
Yeah.
There's no other program.
Yeah.
Like, there's no NASA rocket right now that goes into space.
Yeah.
And so that's like kind of a big deal. And then Elon went further, said Trump's going to cause a recession. And then the finale, he said that Trump's on the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
But you know what's funny is like, just like 2 days ago, it was all over the news that Elon was having issues with the drugs.
He used to take ketamine, like microdose ketamine. I don't think he is right now.
Yeah, but it was like all over the news
But
that
you
he
know
was on
he acts
drugs
weird
and
because you
stuff.
know he has like
He has
either
Asperger's.
Yeah, he has Asperger's. Like I mean, he's a little quirky, man. I mean, and it's cool. Like I'd hang out with Elon.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think some of the thing that people look at him think he's on drugs. He's just kind of like a different dude.
His dad is also still alive.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's still
thanks,
alive.
Trey. Thanks, Trey. Thanks,
No
Trey.
problem.
So by the end of the day, this did soften a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like, "Dude, Elon, come on, man." And Elon,
If that was actually true, then the Democratic Party would have been all over that. If Donald Trump had anything to do with that.
You know what's funny is I have this friend and he's pretty liberal and he texts me all the time about politics stuff and I just like I might not follow it but like I'm not like fired up about any politician and he mentioned that about the Trump and Epstein thing and I was under the impression that it was common knowledge that Trump like went to Epstein Island. Is that not true? I mean I thought that he had hung out with everyone.
I think there are reports of that.
Yeah.
It is like video. of them
But like
together.
everyone hung out with that dude, right? Like
But I think there's reports of him being associated with him, but never
the inappropriate
actually
stuff.
going to the island.
Oh, going to the island. Well, I mean, I don't think, and I don't know, because again, like I just don't care
I
about.
feel like people that go to that island have to be like they're the type of people that do drugs and all of that crap.
But I mean, there's so many people that went
Looking
there.
for that
like I
chase.
have to like believe that it wasn't just an island full of illegal crap going on. Like
Yeah, that's what I was under the impression of. There was illegal stuff happening, but the island itself, there was still
Right,
like
yeah.
legitimate things I guess happening too.
Yeah, I think there's
There's a
legitimate
grocery
stuff.
store there.
Because I mean, if you look at the number of people that had been to that island, it's thousands of people long.
We could go there, right? Is it a private island?
I have no idea. I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, I don't think that every single person that hung out with Epstein like did something bad,
Yeah.
right? I mean, or am I wrong? Trey, weigh in here. I
mean,
don't know, like,
I think there are probably people that were in his circle because he
That were
had
bad.
a very
Yeah.
like big circle of like influence. So yeah, some of those people probably did do bad stuff. But
I do think that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's not up for debate.
I don't think everybody associated with the
Yeah,
guy
right.
automatically can
Yeah.
be placed in that bad category because they have a picture with him or something. You know,
Right?
like
Yeah, totally.
You just never
because
know.
it'd be like everyone in the world, because that guy was like.
But
never
separate.
know.
I just really feel like if like you'd have to think that he's the president of the United States. So if he was really a full-on associated with that, don't you think that would have already been
Come
like
out?
pulled out?
Yeah, probably so. Yeah,
Like
probably
it
so.
would have had to have been.
Unless like there's just too many people on there. But I just can't believe.
I'm like,
can't
I don't think
believe that there's
anybody's
so
that
many people
powerful.
doing bad stuff that everyone's protecting this list.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that. Apparently they're going to release it, but I don't even know when they release the list what does that even mean? Does that have names on it? Like
I don't know. It's the same thing with that Diddy thing.
Yeah, that one's apparently pretty bad too. Because I don't know what to believe about that. Like I'm just not in the know. On
I'm
that
like,
stuff.
was Diddy hanging out with Epstein too?
I don't know.
Is
maybe
that his pal?
So anyway, by the end of the day yesterday, Elon softened a bit. And,
What did he say?
Well, someone said, look, you probably need to like resolve this amicably. I mean, you guys did, some work
Instead
together.
of like
Right.
Mean Girls
Yeah, instead of being like,
writing in their burn books.
I'm gonna take my rocket and go home.
Yeah.
take my rocket and go.
Like that's
Mom,
probably not
come
the
pick
best
me
one.
up from the slumber party.
Dude, Trey, that was good. I like that. That was a good one.
That's not the best way to handle it.
So I think, and then there's the other theory that this is all staged.
Yeah, I've heard
Like,
that too.
wow.
I don't know. Like that's like a really.
Well, there was like this video I saw of this like reporter lady. I don't know her name, but she's like a famous like
Okay.
broadcaster
All right.
lady.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, me and Donald, we had this like feud and I never really knew what it was about. And as it was like they were done with this feud and Donald Trump was like, isn't it nice to have them talk about you though? And like walked away.
What in the world?
So
I
it's
don't
like
know. So
maybe Elon has like it's real to him.
Yeah.
But maybe not to Donald Trump.
Well, and people with Asperger's like don't sometimes do as well socially, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's like maybe he's acting like that because that's just like how his personality. I don't know.
Or maybe, and people think that it's like Elon, like it's all this staged because like Tesla is losing money. So Donald Trump's like, let them hate me and maybe it'll boost your.
Yeah. So I will say
Your Tesla
Tesla's stock
stock.
price dropped 15% yesterday,
Oh, wow.
and I bought 100 shares of Tesla.
That's smart.
Ooh.
Yep.
Very smart.
I've been wanting to buy it, and when it dropped, I was like, pull the trigger.
Perfect time,
All right,
man.
so last thing, you got to pick a side. Who you picking? Who you siding with? Trumpster or Elon? I mean, this is not for real. Just, or you can say neither.
If you had to pick a side,
If you had to pick a side.
we don't do the neither thing. If you have to pick a side, then I'm probably gonna side with Elon.
Sarah?
I don't know.
There's no right or wrong answer.
There's no
like,
right or wrong
Yeah,
answer.
I mean,
We stand on business.
I know who you're gonna side with, so
Yeah.
I'll side with Donald Trump.
all right,
just
I'm
for
definitely
the-
siding with Elon. Like, I like Elon, man. He's like my boy. Like, I love that guy. He's gonna come on the show, I think. I think he might be here next week.
I would
don't
love
know.
it.
That would be awesome.
He does seem very smart. He does seem very smart.
Dude, I've read his book, man, and the reason I like him so much, I read his book, and if you ever want to feel like you're just not doing enough in your life, read Elon's book. Like that, it was the stuff he did, like, and I don't want to run too far over time here, but like, for example, when he was in like high school, he would call up CEOs of businesses and try to schedule lunch meetings. And of course, most people blew him off, but some people would do it. And he would ask them, how did you get to your position? Like, what does your company do? How did you get there?
Yeah.
And then the other thing he did that was entirely crazy is when he was in college in the summer at somewhere in the East Coast, he would drive out to Silicon Valley, stay in a hostel, and work for free in tech companies to like learn the biz.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, I mean,
He had a really rough childhood.
I don't think it was horrible. I don't remember.
There
it
was
rough.
I.
Oh, he
there's
already
a
got
person-
beat up a lot or something.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
I know a
Yeah.
lady that went to school with him in South Africa.
Oh, really?
And
He got bullied and stuff.
he was like beat to a pulp.
Really?
A lot.
It vaguely mentioned that in one of the books. Anyway, so like, I just when I read about that, I'm like, dang, this guy really is successful because he just does all these things. It's like, yeah, it's kind of impressive, honestly.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on Team Elon.
He doesn't let anybody get him down.
Yeah,
it's
he
good.
did. So, all right, we'll see what happens. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment. Maybe we'll do a segment on what you want to hear about next week on Nip Talk.
Bye.
Bye.